Hello YouTubers, I just wanted to share this with you. This video will be on W-4 forms, on what's on them and how to fill it out and what to put for total number of allowances you're claiming. And I also want to do a disclaimer first. I'm not a financial advisor, not a lawyer or attorney. I'm not responsible on what you decide to put on your W-4 or what you selected or anything else. This is just so you'll know more or less. And pretty much it's so you don't give your money away. This is how I used to do it when I used to work. Well, first of all, this is how the W-4 form looks. Okay, what it's asked is your first name, middle name, last name, and your social security number. And then you put your address, city, state, zip code. If you're single or married but withhold a higher single rate. If you're married, just make sure you check married, okay? If you're single, okay? And if your last name is different from the one that's shown on your social security card now, check right here, this box, and call them for a replacement card. And then number 5, it says total number of allowances you're claiming from the applicable worksheet on the following pages. This is where you want to put, you can put 10, 11, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, and don't get scared. That doesn't mean you have 11 kids, okay, because everybody thinks that, and it's not. When I was growing up, my dad would always tell me, put zero, and that's like the biggest mistake because that's the way he was taught. But you don't want to do that, and I'll explain a little bit about it later on. Okay, and then it's for number 6, it says additional amount, if any, if you want to withhold from each paycheck. This is only for someone that makes a lot of money, but this video is more leaning towards someone that is in the lower income bracket. Let's see, and then number 7, it says, I claim exemption from withholding for 2019, and I certify that I meet both of the following conditions for exemption. One time I had put an exempt on there, and this is why. Because I had, it says here, last year I had a right to a refund of all federal income tax withheld because I had a no tax liability. And this year, I expect a refund of all federal income tax withheld because I expect to have no tax liability. It may apply to you. So if it does, definitely put that there, okay? Put exempt. But if it doesn't, well then don't, okay? And then you just sign it and date it, and then your employer will fill the rest out, which is, what is it as for? The date you were hired and your number, their employer number, and here their address, their name and address. Okay. So this is a worksheet. This is how it works. And this, I'm going to read it to you, so you'll know. It says enter 1 for yourself. Okay. So on A, you put 1. Enter 1 if you will file as married filing jointly. Okay, so you put 1. This is, or if you're a head of household, you can put 1 on letter C, and you don't put nothing on B, which it doesn't matter, guys. It's okay. And then it says enter 1 if you're single or married filing separately and have only 1 job, or if you're married filing jointly, have only 1 job and your spouse doesn't work, which most of the time, that's where it'll be. Or your wages from a second job, or your spouse's wages, or the total of both are $1,500 or less. Okay, so you would put 1 there. So that's already 3 points right there. Okay, Now for child tax credit, it says if your total income will be less than 71,000, okay, 103,000 in married filing joining, enter 4 for each eligible child. Okay, so remember, I'm doing this video on lower income, right? So if you're gonna make less than $71,000, okay, and your wife's at home and you have 2 kids, put 8. It's telling you there. Enter 4 for each eligible child. So you have 2 kids. Okay, there it is, 8. So right there, it's 11 points right there. Okay, so the rest doesn't even matter. So if you're just trying to make it simple and want to put a number on there because you don't know what number to put, don't put 0. Put 11. Okay. Okay, and now if let's just say you get your wages garnished for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe you owe some companies, or in some states they garnish your wages, or you owe child support and you have to pay child support, they just take it out of your check, okay? And at the end of the year, if you have a refund, they take it all, right? Especially if you're in arrears, I believe. So if they take it, then you're with nothing and you're struggling already because the way the Attorney General works is they're going to they take everything, literally. So what you can do is put 11 and then your refund will be real low, or if you have to pay, you pay back very little. In some instances, it can be between, $1 and let's just say $300 as an example. So then you wouldn't have to, you would be getting your money. So all that money that you should be, like a lot of people get refunds of $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, however much they get. Now, if you were in arrears, then the child support would take all that money as opposed to you paying the $1 or $300 back, to the IRS and not to nobody else. And then they would just keep taking out your garnish, whatever they garnish from your payroll every month, or the child support, what they take out every month. And that gives you an opportunity for you and your family to live, survive, and just live. Okay, going back to when I used to put 0 because that's what I was told. Okay, when you do that, you don't get your money back on a refund. Okay, people think that, but they don't. And you only get back the federal. Everything else, you don't get back. So whatever has been allocated to the Social Security or whatever else they take, I forgot. That's because I'm not looking at it right now. You won't get that money back. Regardless of what anybody tells you, you will not get that money back because I haven't got a check for it. So, just so you'll know that. So just try to put a higher number, especially if you start working, like in March or you may only work for temporary. Oh my goodness. Put whatever number you want to where you're exempt, literally, because you only work. So they look at it as, for the whole year. It's a year thing. So if you only work, temporary, by all means, I have worked in some, places where I only work like 2-3 months. Oh my gosh. I'll right away put it 10, 11, 12, I think. So you don't, so they don't take that money and you'll get your money back. So then it'll be up to you whether you want to file. Well, I do recommend you filing, but from what I was informed is it's not a law that says you have to file. But then again, if you're entitled to some money and you want to get money, well, file, But if you don't want to file, then you don't have to file, I guess. Especially if you're low income. But again, just a disclaimer, I can only tell you what, I've experienced or family members experience. and what other people have experienced. And but I'm not liable for what you decide. I'm not a financial advisor or anything of that nature. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I have other videos on other things that I do. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below, and I'll answer as soon as I can. If I'm available, I answer right away. But if I'm not, then it sometimes can take 24 hours. But definitely, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and send me a question. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.